Hello, hi everybody. This is lecture number 14 in the cybersecurity for beginners course. In this lecture, we're going to speak about the endpoint security, but only two components: anti-malware, antivirus tools. Of course, the endpoint security has so many components, but we're going to focus only on those two only. So we know that the endpoint security is a crucial component of cybersecurity designed to protect endpoints such as desktop or laptop or mobile devices or maybe surface or from cyber attacks or cyber threats. So anti-malware and antivirus tools are essential tools aspects of the insecurity, and mainly focusing on the detecting and preventing and sometimes responding to malicious software like malware then or that can compromise system integrity and security. To understand the endpoint security as a kind of entry points for cyber attacks, making making their prime target for malware or maybe ransomware, phishing, and other threats or attacks. Endpoint security tools act as the first line of defense by monitoring and safeguarding these devices. And maybe somebody asks why this matter in security? It's for to protect sensitive data on individual level or devices, and also prevents lateral movement of attackers in case of the network. Also ensures compliance with the regulation standard or regulatory standards. Let's start with the anti-malware tools. They are specialized in detecting and mitigating various forms of malicious softwares, including viruses, worms, trojans, and ransomware, spyware, and adware. These tools use signature-based and behavior-based detection methods. Of course, there are so many types of malware, as I mentioned. Also, it has this kind of tool. It has some kind of features also, like working in real-time scanning, monitoring files, emails, and downloads in real time to block threats immediately. For example, some users maybe they notice that one when you download any file, it takes some time, and maybe it show you that the scanning or scanning file scanning. Also, other features like a behavior analysis, where it can detect unusual activities such as a program attempting to encrypt files without permission, or maybe also other features like a heuristic analysis, where that identify new or modified files malware by analyzing code patterns and behaviors. Just I'm showing some example of the tools. I'm not promoting any tool, but just I'm showing some examples. Like a malware Bytes, known for its robust malware detection capabilities. It uses heuristic and signature-based methods to identify attacks. This example here can detect and quarantine a ransomware variant on the corporate workstation or preventing data encryption. Other example, the Bitdefender anti-malware. It can offer advanced threat detection and remediation with the minimal system performance impact. Let's move to the second tool, which is the antivirus. Of course, we know that it's antivirus is a branch or subset of anti-malware solutions, specially designed to detect and remove viruses. And the modern or the existing antivirus tools often include additional features like phishing protection, email scanning, and firewall integration. Of course, there are so many tools, as you mentioned here, many types of software, Avast, Norton, Avira, and so on, McAfee, and so on. The features of this kind of tools, it based on signature-based detection, means compared files against a database of a known virus signature. Also use a sandbox or sandboxing, which where can isolate suspicion files to analyze their behavior without risking the remaining of the system or the main system. Also, it's used in the cloud-based scanning, which leverages cloud resources for faster and more comprehensive trace. Just some saying example here. Of course, so many, but just highlighting on Norton antivirus, on Kaspersky antivirus here. These types of the malware targeted, of course, we mentioned as earlier, viruses with that's the program replicate and spread to other files or devices, like macro viruses. Usually, it's common, affect many laptops and many desktops. Users spread application and spread through shared document. Ransomware also encrypts files where you cannot open anymore, and demands a ransom for decryption keys. For example, like WannaCry ransomware attack that paralyzed thousands of systems globally in 2016. Spyware, where collect sensitive information without the user consent. Like for example, the spyware program captures keystrokes to steal banking credential or account. Tragon also is kind of malware also that distinguished as a logarithmic software to trick users into installation, like fake update installation or many other website, or maybe call for website. Therefore, we need to recommend some kind of practice which everybody can, use and make it like a habit. Like we have to install reliable anti-malware and software or antivirus tools all the time and update all the time regularly. Then enable automatic updates, maybe sometimes update by hours or maybe by days or by months. So maybe also can implement multi-layer security, as I mentioned earlier. Maybe not on enough single factor authentication, but can be second or third. Of course, we have to educate or make the users aware about the phishing attempts and avoiding downloading and verify the account. Of course, the other one, we have to back up data all the time, make it like a habit, so to secure the data and can be recovered in case anything happens. Let's come to conclusion here. These two tools, anti-malware and antivirus tools, are indispensable for securing endpoints against a wide range of cyber attacks. These tools combined maybe or with best practice like regular update, user education or training, using a multi-layer security that can provide a robust defense against any modern cyber attack. So usually cyber attacks evolve. Endpoint security solutions must be continually adapted to ensure comprehensive protection for individuals and for organizations. Thank you very much.